Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today we bring you the first of our semi-finals between Opoku Ware School and Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Before we meet our contestants, let's take a break to hear from our sponsors.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back, viewers. Today's semi-final contest is between Opoku Ware School and Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School is on my right and is represented by
Willan Rabel, SS3.
Timothy Coates in Form 3.
Kofi Sefa, Form 3.
Welcome, gentlemen. On my left, we have Opoku Ware School, represented by
Enoch Adeapia, third year.
Eduan Srapreku, third year.
Come on, watching third year.
You are also welcome. Let's begin the contest, round one. And we'll start on my right with Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Actually, let's start with a preamble. I'm going to be alternating between schools. When I come to you, you are to name one element named after a country and give the name of that country. All right? Okay, so we start with you, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Yes. Sefa.
Polonium, Poland.
That's right. And Opoku Ware. Yes, Enoch.
Francium, France.
That's also correct. I'm coming back to you. Presbyterian Boys. Yes, Roland.
Germanium, Germany.
That's correct. And you, Opoku Ware. Yes, Yao.
America.
That's incorrect, and I'm not going to pass this on. I'm going to tell you some of the other ones. Gallium, France, and then ruthenium, Russia. No Americanium. Your question again, Presbyterian Boys. What is resonance? Yes, Timothy.
It is the phenomenon whereby a body is made to vibrate at its own natural frequency as a result of impulses it receives from an external body which is vibrating at that same frequency.
That's correct. Opoku Ware, what is accommodation in relation to the eye? Yes, Enoch.
It's a process whereby the eye changes its focal length in order to focus or in order to bring images into the retina, clear images into the retina.
That's correct. If sine A is equal to 1 over root 2, and A is an acute angle, evaluate the cosine of 90 degrees plus A. Yes, Timothy.
-1/2.
That's correct. If the cosine of B is 6/7, evaluate sine 90 degrees minus B. Yes, Apreku?
6/7.
6/7 is correct. What is the function of the hormone secretin? Yes, Roland?
It stimulates the release of pancreatic juice by the pancreas.
Anything else?
The
Timothy?
duodenum. It is secreted in the duodenum when partly digested food from the stomach moves into the duodenum, and it stimulates the secretion of pancreatic juice and bile.
And?
Bile.
Okay, that's correct. What is the function of melanin? Yes, Enoch?
Melanin acts as a protective layer under the skin. That is, it prevents or absorbs ultraviolet rays that is surrounding the body by reacting with it to produce vitamin D, which is helpful to the body.
Yeah, you want to add something?
They are also in the eye, and they are the pigment in it, and ensures skin color and then reflection.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. You mentioned its function in the skin, that's correct. It also has a function in the eye. In the eye, it prevents the reflection of light within the globe of the eyeball. Veteran boys, explain why the meniscus of mercury in a glass capillary is convex. Yes, Roland?
In mercury, there are interatomic forces between the atoms known as cohesive forces, and in mercury, the adhesive forces are cohesive forces are greater than the adhesive forces between the mercury and the glass, and therefore the meniscus tends to be kept convex.
That's correct. Opoku Ware, explain one direct result of strong intermolecular hydrogen bonds in water on the physical properties of water. Yes, Apreku.
It gives water a high boiling point. Since the hydrogen bond is difficult, it makes the bonds difficult to be. The molecules of the water stronger. They are attached strongly to each other, so they are difficult to be broken.
You want to add
apart.
something, Enoch?
It also helps in surface tension.
I'll give you the mark. What is the name of the process by which electrons are emitted from a hot filament? One attempt only. Yes, Sifa.
Thermionic emission.
That's correct. Which of the following examples of electromagnetic radiation has the shortest wavelength? You have one attempt, and your options are radio waves, infrared rays, visible light, X-rays. Yes, Yao?
X-rays.
X-rays. Expand the expression. 5x minus 3y all squared. Yes, Timothy?
25xy x squared minus 30xy plus 9y squared.
That's correct. Expand the expression. 10a minus 12b into one bracket times another bracket 10a plus 12b. Yes, Yao?
100a squared minus 144b squared.
That's correct. The last pair of questions in the round. Presbyterian boys, your question. What is guttation? Yes, Timothy?
This is the process whereby certain plants growing in very humid conditions are not able to lose water through transpiration. And as a result, certain structures known as hydatodes at the margins of the leaves secrete water in a liquid form.
All right, that's true. Opoku Ware, what is hydroponics? Yes, Apreku.
It's the method of growing plants or crops in large scale in water culture solutions.
That's correct. That brings us to the end of the first round.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the first round, our scores are Opoku Ware School 23 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School 27 points. There's still a long way to go, so round 2. Contestants, as you know, round 2 is our round for applied science. Please show us how well you understand those classroom concepts and are able to apply them to everyday situations. All right, let's begin. And we'll start on my left with Opoku Ware School. What are varicose veins and what causes them? Yes, Apreku.
Varicose veins are veins which have been narrowed or blocked by accumulation of cholesterol or fats, which...
For a bonus. Yes, Timothy.
Varicose veins are veins that have swellings at regular intervals, and they form as a result of the fact that sometimes we stand for too long a time, so that the pull of gravity on the blood, the heart is not able, the blood is not able to return back to the heart because of the pull of gravity. And as a result, the blood accumulates in the valves.
For a bonus, I can't take it. You are very close though. These are swollen veins found in the skin. They occur when the valves of the veins become faulty valves. Okay, so that blood cannot be returned efficiently to the heart. Your question, Presbyterian boys. In patients suffering from asthma, the bronchioles constrict when there is an attack. The constriction, however, does not affect the bronchi. Why do the bronchioles constrict, but the bronchi do not? Yes, Ifa.
The bronchi have rings of cartilage lining the inner surface, but the bronchioles do not have these rings of cartilage. Hence, the bronchi do not contract, but the bronchioles do.
That's correct. The reading on a thermometer falls when a piece of cloth soaked in ether is tied around the bulb. Why? Yes, Apreku.
Ether is a highly volatile liquid. Therefore, when it's attached to the bulb of the thermometer, it easily evaporates. And as it evaporates, it absorbs latent heat of evaporation, vaporization, which removes heat from the thermometer, thereby causing the temperature, the thermometer level to decrease.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, Auntie Amma is determined to cut down her electricity bill by saving energy. She wants to boil some water on an electric stove. Will you advise her to cover or not to cover the water? Explain why. Yes, Timothy.
I'll advise Auntie Amma to cover the stove. This is because when Auntie Amma covers the stove, the water that boils in the food will evaporate, and this will create a high pressure within the fluid, and that will increase the boiling point of the water, ensuring that the water boils at a higher temperature, and as a result, a large quantity of heat is applied to the food. And also, as the water boils and the molecules escape, they have kinetic energy, But because the stove is enclosed, the kinetic energy does not escape to the environment, and the total energy is conserved within the food. So the food is cooked quicker.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. We're talking about covering the water, not the stove. That's one thing. And then the boiling of water. The water will boil at the same temperature, won't it? Anyway, I will advise her to cover the water. When the water is covered, more pressure builds up in the boiling pot. This raises the temperature of the water, and since pressure is directly proportional to the temperature, the water will boil faster. All right? Boil at the same temperature, but faster. Yes, Opoku Ware. The average age of 6 boys is 15 years, and the average age of 4 girls is 16 years. Find the average age of the 10 students. Yes, Yao.
15.4.
15.4 years. The average age of 10 persons is 25 years, and the average age of 7 of the persons is 27 years. Find the average age of the remaining 3 persons. Yes, Roland.
20.33 years.
20.33 years. Which step or reaction in the contact process for the manufacture of concentrated H2SO4 requires a catalyst? Yes, Enoch.
The conversion of SO2 to SO3 using vanadium oxide.
That's correct. What is the catalyst used in the Haber process for the manufacture of ammonia? Yes, Roland.
Finely divided iron.
That's correct. The snake excretes uric acid as its main nitrogenous waste, while the toad excretes urea. How is this related to their mode of life? Yes, Yao.
The snake lives on land, that is mostly on dry land, so it doesn't take in much water and therefore releases the uric acid so that to conserve much water. Whereby the toad sometimes live on moist land and therefore can take in water and therefore and can also live in water and both on land and therefore can release urea. Since
I'll give you the math. The turkey incubates its eggs by sitting on them, while the snake incubates its eggs by covering them with soil. Why would it be ineffective for the snake to incubate its eggs by sitting on them? Yes, Sefa.
This is because the snake is a cold-blooded organism, and therefore its temperature is determined by the change in environmental temperature. Therefore, by sitting on its eggs, it does not transfer any constant temperature to the eggs to incubate them. However, the turkey is a warm-blooded organism. Therefore, it transfers a constant temperature to the eggs to hatch them.
That's correct. When a lens is used to magnify an object, the object itself doesn't increase in size. What does the lens really do to magnify the object? Yes, Opoku.
The lens refracts the rays coming from the object hitting the surface of the lens, thereby increasing the rays. It refracts the rays to a greater extent such that they move to a point where the image of the object is enlarged.
1 out of 3. Yes, the lens does refract the light, but you didn't quite get the explanation. The magnifying lens alters the direction of light from the object. The bent or altered light enters the eye and creates the impression that it's coming from a larger object. Your question, Presbyterian boys. The spectrum of colors does not include black or white. Why is this so? Yes, Timothy.
This is because black or white are by themselves not colors, but then white light is obtained when all the other components of light are mixed together, and black light is obtained when all the other components of light are absent.
That's correct. We have a preamble to both of you. A particle moves along a straight line such that its displacement after t seconds is given by s is equal to 3t squared plus 5t plus 2 meters. Now, your question, Opoku Ware. Find the distance traveled in the second. Yes, Yao?
14 meters.
14 meters is correct. Find the velocity after 2 seconds. Yes, Roland?
17 meters per second.
17 meters per second. Last pair of questions in the round. Name the product formed when ethane nitrile is heated with dilute HCl. One attempt only. Yes, Apreku?
Chloroethane and nitric acid.
Pardon?
Chloroethane and nitric acid.
No, for a bonus. Yes, Timothy?
Propanamide.
No, it's ethanoic acid. Your own question. Name the products formed when propyl methanoate is heated with sodium hydroxide solution. One attempt only. Yes, Timothy?
Sodium methanoate and propanol.
Two out of three. Propanol is correct. It's methanoic acid. This brings us to the end of round 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way.
It looks like what?
That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the second round, our scores are Opoku Ware School 39 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School 49 points. We are at the top of round 3. Contestants, as you know, round 3 is our problem of the day. The problem of the day requires a bit more time than the other problems you've seen. So from the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes in which to present your response. All right? Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day. The problem of the day. From the list of 20 structures listed under B, and B is a column in a table, select 10 to match organisms listed under A, another column in a table, with which they are associated. The list in column A: 1, spider; 2, fucus; 3, mimosa; 4, spider lily; 5, canna lily; 6, cystosoma, 7, heron, 8, lycopodium, 9, hydra, 10, water boatman. Now the list in column B. 1, spiracles, 2, bulb, 3, merozoites, 4, rostrum, 5, elytra, 6, pulvinus, 7, ascospores, 8, rhizome, 9, antennae, 10, mesoglia, 11, corm, 12, operculum, 13, tendrils, 14, strobili, 15, holdfast, 16, endosperm, 17, lungbook, 18, sporocysts, 19, suberin, and 20, pappus. Good luck, contestants. You may begin.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Contestants, please send a representative each to present your solutions on the whiteboard. The contestants have presented their solutions. Before we look at those solutions, let's look at the ideal solution from our consultants. The spider is associated with the lung book. Fucus is associated with holdfast. Mimosa is associated with pulvinus. Spider lily with bulb. Canna lily with rhizome. Cystosoma with sporocysts. Heron with operculum. Lycopodium with strobili. Hydra with mesoglia. Water boatman with rostrum. Let's see how our contestants did. Opoku Ware School. Opoku Ware School got the first one, the second, the fourth, and the 10th wrong, and so they are left with 6 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School got the 10th one wrong, and so they have 9 points. This is the end of round 3. We are about to start round 4. Most questions in this round require calculations, so you have 30 seconds in which to provide a response. For questions that do not require calculations, you still have 15 seconds in which to present a response. Let's begin on my right with Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Your question: what fundamental frequency is produced by a stationary sound wave in a closed tube of length 1 meter? You may assume the speed of sound to be 340 meters per second. Yes, Sefa?
85 hertz.
85 hertz is correct. The fundamental frequency of a stationary wave in an open tube is 50 Hertz. What is the length of the tube? You may assume the speed of sound to be 330 meters per second. Yes, Opoku.
1.4 meters.
Try again. Yao.
13.2.
Try again. Your last chance. Opoku.
1.6 meters.
For a bonus, Roland.
3.3 meters.
3.3 meters. Matrices A and B are given by A is equal to 3, 1, 0, 2, and B is negative 2, 0, 1, 3. Now, Presbyterian boys, find A squared plus B squared. Yes, Timothy.
13, 5, negative 5, 13.
Try again. Yes, Enoch.
13, 5, 1, 13.
That's correct. Your own question with the same preamble, find AB minus BA. Yes, Enoch.
Any minus plus or not? 1, 1, 5, 13.
Try again. Oh, you've been bailed out for a bonus. Yes, Timothy.
1, 5, negative 1, negative 1.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, give me 3 characteristics of organisms in the class Terbelaria. Yes, Sefa.
Their body is covered with cilia. They have a dorsoventral mouth, and they have a ventral mouth, and they are dorsoventrally flattened, and they have eyes, simple eyes.
Okay, I'll give you the math. Opoku Ware, give me 3 characteristics of organisms in the class Trematoda. Yes, Enoch.
They are leaf-like in shape, and they are those are ventrally flattened, and they also have cuticle. They are non-ciliated cuticle, and have only one opening in the suckers, and one sucker.
Okay, I'll give you the math. Common preamble to both schools. The initial rate of disappearance of a reagent X in 2 reactions gave the following results. Experiment 1. Initial concentration of X is 6 times 10 to the minus 4 mole per decimeter cubed, and initial rate of disappearance is 1.5 times 10 to the negative 6 mole per decimeter per second. Experiment 2. Initial concentration of X is 1.8 times 10 to the minus 3 mole per decimeter cubed, and the initial rate of disappearance is 4.6 times 10 to the negative 6 mole per decimeter cubed per second. Now, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Determine the order of the reaction with respect to X. Yes, Timothy.
This first order.
First order is correct. Opoku Ware, if the reaction is first order with respect to X, calculate the rate constant for the reaction and give its units. Enoch.
It's 2.5 times 10 to the power minus 3 mole per mole dm cube per second.
Try again.
Units.
Yes.
2.5 times 10 to the power minus 2 per mole dm cube.
2 out of 3. You got the value right, 2.5 times 10 to the minus 3, but your units were wrong. The unit is per second. Presbyterian boys, how many electrons are transferred by a current of 12 amps in 5 seconds? Electron charge is 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. Sefa?
96 times 10 to the minus 19 electrons.
Try again. Yes, Timothy?
3.75 times 10 to the power 20 electrons.
That's correct. A current of 2.5 times 10 to the power 5 amps flows for 6 seconds. If 9 times 10 to the power 24 charge carriers were transferred in the process, what is the charge on one carrier? Yes, Yao.
It's 1.67 times 10 to the power negative 19.
Units.
Coulomb.
That's correct. Given that x minus 2 and x plus 1 are factors of x to the power 4 plus x cubed minus 5x squared plus ax plus b, find the constants a and b. Yes, Timothy?
A is 1 and B is 0.
Try again. For a bonus, yes, Apreku?
A is 3 and B is 8.
No. A is negative 3 and B is 2. Your own question, Opoku Ware. When divided by x minus 1, ax cubed minus 3x squared plus bx plus 6 leaves a remainder of 6. And when divided by x plus 2, the remainder is 0. Find the constants a and b. Yao.
A is 3 and B is 0.
Try again. For a bonus. Yes, Timothy?
A is negative 4 and B is 13.
No, that's also incorrect. A is negative 3 and B is 6. How to go about this? Substitute 1 into the expression. That should give you A minus 3 plus B plus 6 is equal to 6 because the remainder is 6. Now, substitute minus 2, negative 2 into the same expression, and negative 8A minus 12 minus 2B plus 6 is equal to 0. This should leave you with two simultaneous equations. A plus B is equal to 3. 8A plus 2B is negative 6. And so when you solve, you should get A to be negative 3 and B to be 6. It was the same approach for the previous one. Your question again, Presbyterian boys. To which of the following would you associate coleoptile? One attempt, and your options are A, tomato, B, bean, C, cowpea, D, maize, E, crotalaria. Yes, Roland?
Maize.
Maize is correct. Opoku Ware, to which of the following would you associate scutellum? One attempt. Your options: A, groundnut, B, bean, C, sorghum, D, tomato, E, crotalaria. Yes, Enoch?
Crotalaria.
No, that's incorrect. It's sorghum. A scutellum is part of the embryo seed of graminae, that is cereals, and sorghum is a cereal. Last pair of questions for the round. And we start with a preamble to both schools. Two electrolytic cells one containing dilute H2SO4 and the other containing molten alumina, are connected in series. Both cells have inert electrodes. Now, Presbyterian boys, calculate the volume of oxygen that would be collected from the H2SO4 cell at STP when a charge of 0.4 Faraday has been applied. 1 molar volume of gas at STP is 22.4 decimeter cubed. Yes, Timothy?
2.24 decimeter cubed.
That's correct. Opoku Ware, calculate the mass in grams of aluminium discharged after passage of 0.4 Faraday. Atomic mass for aluminium is 27. Yes, Yao?
3.6 grams.
3.6 grams is correct. And on that note, we end round 4.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of round 4, our scores are Opoku Ware School 57 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School 78 points. We still have our final round to go. Round 5 comes to you in 2 parts. In the first part, I will be presenting schools with statements to which they will respond true or false. A correctly answered statement will fetch you 2 points. A wrongly answered statement will cost you 1 point from scores you have already accumulated. You may choose not to respond, in which case the statement will be passed on to your opponent for the full 2 points. Let's begin the first part of round 5. And we start this time on my left with Opoku Ware. Your statement. If the ratio of the area of 2 squares is 1:9, then the ratio of their perimeters is 1:3. Enoch?
True.
Yes, it's true. Isomers, which are mirror images of each other, but not superimposable, are optically active. Yes, Efa?
It's true.
That's true. Locusts have 1 pair of antennae. Yes, Enoch?
True.
Yes, it's true. Photoelectrons are released when the frequency of the incident light is higher than the threshold frequency. Yes, Efa?
It's true.
That's true. The propagation velocity of radio waves is the same as the propagation velocity of sound waves in air. Enoch?
False.
False is correct. This is because radio waves travel at the speed of light. The sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon of sides of n sides is 180n minus 360 degrees. Yes, Efa?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Organic molecules that contain chiral carbons invariably are optically active. Yes, Apreku?
True.
Apreku is false. If the compound has a plane of symmetry, it will not be optically active. All right? Millipedes have one pair of antennae. Yes, Sefa?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. The stapes or stapes transmits vibrations to the inner ear through the round window. Yes, Apreku?
False.
False. They transmit through the oval window. The acceleration of a freely falling body at the equator is the same as that at the poles. Yes, Ifa?
It's false.
It's false. It's greater at the poles. In a parallelogram, each diagonal bisects the area. Yes, Enoch?
False.
It's true. Presbyterian boys, the electrode potentials for Cr3+/Cr and CO2+/CO are negative 0.7 and negative 0.3 volts respectively. And this means that CO metal gets oxidized more easily than Cr. Yes, Sefa?
It's false.
Yes, it's false. Opoku Ware. The electrode potentials for Cr3+/Cr and CO2+/CO are negative 0.7 and negative 0.3 volts respectively. And this means that CO2+ is a better oxidizing agent than Cr3+. Enoch?
True.
True. The head of the humerus fits into the acetabulum. Sefa?
It's false.
It's false. It fits into the glenoid cavity. The distance traveled by a freely falling body during the 3rd second is less than that during the 4th second. Enoch?
True.
It's true. The last statement of this part of round 5. Equivalent sets are equal sets. Yes, Efa?
False.
It's false. So, this is the end of the first part of round 5. For the second part of round 5, I'm going to ask you to solve some riddles. When you are ready to solve a riddle, you will have to alert me. So let's hear your bell, Opoku Ware. Okay, and your bell, Presbyterian boys. Okay. Now, when you ring the bell, it means you are ready, so you must have your response ready, immediate. Okay. If you're able to solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third and any other clue thereafter, 3 points. The first riddle. I am made up of several parts. The notable among them are the magnet and a recorder. Unlike my cousins, I do not use any part of the electromagnetic radiation. I am a spectrometer. I prefer working with gaseous molecules. Yes, Opoku Ware.
Mass spectrometer.
Mass spectrometer is correct. Next riddle. I am a concept in the field of electrostatics. Some of my critics refer to me as lukewarm because I simply do not take sides. I am actually concerned with electrostatic fields. Since I do not take sides, I usually place myself in the center of all the activity. In an electrical charge moving within me would not even notice me, since I exert no effect whatsoever on it? Yes, Presbyterian boys.
Neutral point.
Neutral point. Next riddle. I am a measure of space. You will find me a convenient knob on a radio set. I am related to, as the saying goes, liquid content only. I am a property of solid geometric figures. Yes, Ifa.
Volume.
Volume is correct. Final riddle. I am a condition associated with plants and prokaryotic cells. Osmosis is essential for my occurrence. I am responsible for the maintenance of form and mechanical support of succulent plant pads. Yes, Opoku Ware.
Turgidity.
I can't accept that. So, you become observers, and this riddle goes to Presbyterian boys to solve whenever they are ready. Young stems cannot stand upright without me. Plasmolysis and I do not see eye to eye. I represent the state of a plant cell when it cannot expand further through admission of water. Who am I? Yes.
Turgid. Turgid.
I can't accept that either. Anyone from the audience? Yes, sir, over there.
Turgid.
That's exactly what they said, and I didn't accept it. The correct answer is tergo. It's a technical term, tergo. Okay, not turgidity, not turgid, tergo. That's the condition. This brings us to the end of round 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way.
It looks like what?
That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the contest, our final scores are Opoku Ware School, 70 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 100 points. Opoku Ware School, thank you for being here and for giving us a good contest. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you at this point. I know we'll be seeing you in the future. All the best in your endeavors. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, congratulations on winning a place in our finals. Your work is not quite yet done. We'll see you again very soon in the finals. All the best. Viewers, I know you enjoyed this contest. So I don't think you want to miss our next one, which is going to be the second of our semi-final contests. This contest is going to be between St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary and St. Peter's Secondary School. Don't miss it for anything. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for being with us today, and see you next time. Goodbye.